Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. I welcome you back to the new chapter of a spoken English class, and I hope you all are doing well, you all are learning, and you all are improving. Okay, so in connection to the phonic sound, I'm going to talk to you about two consonant letters, that is, okay, first let me write down here phonic sound so that you don't get confused. Okay, so we're still talking about phonic sound. So in phonic sound, there are two consonant letters. Uh, the letters are C and G. So these are the two consonant letters which most people find difficult in pronouncing. Okay, the sound changes. Okay, here. So let me tell you that C has two sound here. Okay, the sound of this C are two here. Now the first one is C itself, another one is K. Fine. And G also has two sound. Okay, here let me write in Hindi for your clarification. Yeah, J and G. So these are the two alphabets having different sound. Now how do these voices change or sound changes? Let me tell you. C is pronounced mostly when there are letters like A, E, I and Y ahead of C. So when you see any word, okay, with E, I and Y ahead of C, then you will pronounce this letter as C, or the sound comes as C. Let me tell you example. City. How do you pronounce this? City. Fine. So Ci. So I comes after C. What I mean to say is that you can see here I that comes after C. So that is the reason why we pronounce city. Are you clear? So that is what I exactly mean. If there are letters like E, I and Y ahead of C, we pronounce this as C itself. Another example is we can give is okay, C E A T. How do you pronounce this? Seat. Fine. So I hope you are clear with the pronunciation of C now. Let me tell you how the K comes here now in C. Okay, so if there are letters like A, O and U, okay, A, O and U ahead of C, then it is pronounced as K here. Fine. Example, CAT. How do you pronounce this? Sat or cat? we pronounce this as cat. So look, the letter C here takes the sound of K, not the C but K. So if there are letters like A, O or U ahead of C, which means if the next letter is any of these letters of A, O and U, then you will pronounce this as K, C-A-T, cat, okay? Or another example, C-O-A-T, how do you pronounce this? Cot. It is not sot, it is cot, right? And another example I can give you is C-U-T, how do you pronounce this? Cut. It is not sut or sut, it is cut. So these are the pronunciations of C, C and K. And one more thing you should keep in mind is here. Okay, one more thing to keep in mind is not only E, I and Y. If you see any, okay, if you see, let me change this statement and okay, what is this? Any consonant letter. So not only E, I and Y, but if you see any consonant letter ahead of C, you will pronounce this as C itself. Fine. So these are the cases in which we change the sound C and K. I hope you understood, right? So I shall move to the letter G. So I'm clearing this to get a space. Okay, now we shall move to the letter G. Now when do this sound G itself, ja, is if there are letters like A, if there are letters like E, I, Y, N. Consonant letters we spell, okay, let us remove this, it sounds C, or not C, I mean G, yes, right? So if there are letters like E, Y, E, I, Y or consonant letters ahead of C, you can write here ahead of C, ahead of G, it sounds J. Example, how do you pronounce this? G-E-M. We pronounce this as gem, right? We pronounce this as gem. Okay, another example I can give you is G-Y-M. How do you pronounce this? Gym. But let me tell you, in some of the cases, even E and I is pronounced as ga. Okay, that you should keep in mind. So C is more clear. The concept of C is more clearer than the concept of G here. So G is a little bit confusing because I'm telling you that if the letters is E, I and Y, it is pronounced as G or Ja. But in some of the cases, it is still pronounced as Ga. Example, G-I-R-L. What is this pronounced as? It is not pronounced as girl, it is pronounced as girl. So this letter G is little confusing. It is not like C. C is very clear, but letter G is very confusing. So in some of the cases, we still pronounce them as G. Fine. So this is the explanation of J. Now let me tell you about G. If there are letters like A, O, U ahead of the letter G. Okay, it is okay. I don't have to write the pronunciation. See here, if there are letters like A, O or U ahead of the letter G, then you will pronounce as G. Example G-A-T-E. How do you pronounce this? Gate, right? It is G. Fine. Now another example is G-O-D. How do you pronounce this? God. Okay. G-U-T. How do you pronounce this? Gut. So keep this in mind. Okay. Yeah. Once again. So okay. So little changes here. Little clarification. AOU also comes with consonant letter is here, right? And consonant letters ahead of your little correction here. Okay, little correction here. Let me tell you, if there are letters like A, O or U and consonant letters ahead of the letter G, we will pronounce this as G. Fine. So example G-A-T-E, it is pronounced as gate. G-O-D, God. G-U-T, gut. Fine. And let us take another example for consonant letter here. Example for consonant letter here, G-L-A-D. How is it pronounced? Glad. So we go with the sound G. Fine. I have removed consonant letter from here, right? So I hope the pronunciation of C and G is clear now. So when you see any word that has C and G, focus on what I have told you here, right? Okay. Don't forget to subscribe the channel Little Angel School Nimod and click the bell icon so that the videos sent to the channel will be notified to you at the earliest. And I wish you good luck, keep learning and keep growing.